cool down for a second. All right, y'all, check out the little man bun there. Yeah, I got a little hang time now. I always wanted to do this. My hair is finally long enough to where I can put it in a little tie, right? Keep it out of my face. Look, it might not look good, it might not be long enough, it might be ugly, but guess what? I'm glad that I can at least do this. All right, so let's not be picking on me on the other side of the screen, all right? Anyways, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, I'm Joshua, aka J Cyber, and today I'm bringing an update, a third week update on my coding boot camp, and to talk about my top 3 programming languages that I like to develop in. Not saying that it's the industry says it's the top 3. It's just mainly my opinion on how I feel. So yeah, let's get into the video. Hey, before we go any forward, if you please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what kind of videos that you think I should, display next. And let me know how my content is. Let me know how my video quality is. I like to hear some feedback from you guys. So yeah, make sure y'all do that for me. So to recap on the third week of my full stack developer boot camp, pretty much this week we really didn't go over anything new. It was pretty much a group project that we had to start on. So it's myself and another individual. I'm not going to disclose his name, but I don't know if he wants me to tell people who he is, but he's my other teammate. It was mainly just this week that we were focusing on user stories as a group project. So we'll be given a prompt where we'll have different tasks that we need to do, and each task has specific points on how many points we score depending on how well we do on that specific task. So with my partner and I, we went up and did a divide and conquer approach and was able to knock this project out. Now with this project, it was a bit of a ball curve for me. It's a little curveball thrown at me, if you will, because just based on what's being asked of us for each user story, there's a particular way that we need to approach based on our logic and the algorithms that we come up with. So the first one that I'm going to throw here on the screen, is filters. I got real comfortable with filters, and it was almost a better way of writing a for loop, if you may. So with the function that I'm showing right here, the first thing I want to talk about is filters. That's the one thing that I got real comfortable with while doing this project. Now, like I previously mentioned, doing a filter is almost as if you're doing a more cleaner for loop, if you may. So the code snippet that I have up on the screen right now, we have a function that has multiple parameters, the person parameter and the people parameter. The person parameter is the individual that we are looking up, that we pass in earlier in the function, right? And it's being passed down through multiple methods. And then we have people. That parameter is a representation of all of our data. That's an array of objects. Now within this function, we have a variable that we are equivalent to the data that we're iterating through, right? And that dot filter is almost like that for loop, if you may, with item passed in as the iterator. Now with this, we want to do a dot includes because we want to see if there's a property of person and a property of people, right, that equals to one another. So we want to see that dot includes and say, hey, does this particular information that's within these parentheses, is that property is included in the people or the person's properties as well? So do these values match? And if so, if they do match, return true. We don't even have to throw an else statement in there because it's going to return false, or it's not even going to filter it. Now that variable that we created is an array in itself. So after we return true at the bottom, we will return that array, and that essentially will have the array of objects where that filter, right, and that dot includes, it's going to filter out what's true and what's not. So if we're looking for a particular property, if it's involved, person.id, right? If that person's ID is involved in people, right, in any of their properties, then return those people properties into this variable, which will be an array of objects. I hope I'm making sense. I'm trying to make it make sense. So outside of that week 3 recap, that's pretty much really what I wanted to talk about, other than what I got comfortable with in the project that we're doing. I want to go ahead and roll over into my top 3 programming languages that I personally like to develop in, and that I think you should probably take a look at too for those who are not involved in coding but might want to take a stab at it. So my first programming language that I truly enjoy, and it's one that I started off with, is Python. Python is simple, it's easy, it's almost like you're writing sentences, right? And it's very easy for someone who has no experience in developing. It's very easy for them to grasp and have some comprehension of what's actually going on. Now with Python, right, a lot of people associate Python with artificial intelligence, machine learning, which is the case, and also with mathematics. Anything involved mathematics, AI, machine learning, Python is one of the languages that you definitely want to get involved in. But me personally, I wasn't involved with machine learning or AI or mathematics. Pretty much it was just all, command line type programs where I would try to take a user's input and then display back a message. Or I would try to create a to-do, a guessing game, if you will. Sorry, not to do, but a guessing game where I already assigned the number, the number that you're trying to guess for. I already assigned it to a variable, and then I try to get that user input and do some if-else statements to say, hey, if the user guessed too high, then let them know it's too high. If they guess too low, let them know they guess too low, and let you interact back and forth, and it loops through until the program is complete, until you actually are able to guess the actual number. So Python was, conceptual. It was very easy for me to comprehend, and overall, like, you can create a lot of different things other than AI, machine learning, and mathematic type programs with Python. My second programming language that I truly love and that is not going anywhere is JavaScript. JavaScript is in pretty much in everything: web development, app development. Server side programs that you can create. You can manipulate the DOM, which manipulate your website. You don't even have to have HTML. You can create your own HTML with JavaScript. JavaScript is very versatile. Is used in a lot of different things, and you got multiple frameworks that are associated with JavaScript that I personally enjoy developing in. I feel like between Python and JavaScript, they're almost the same as far as somewhat easy. I'm not going to say easy, but if you put it in the work, it'll come to you, right? You'll have that aha moment when you're actually trying to develop stuff. But if you're just focusing on understanding the basics, understanding the fundamentals, it is a easy language to grasp, and you can create a lot of console-like programs with it to try to get some user interaction, and you can also use it to manipulate the DOM, which is just your basic web page, right? You're able to go in and include your own HTML and your own styling all through JavaScript. My third and final language that I like, that I've done a little bit with, is Java. Java is similar to JavaScript in the sense that how often it's used. Not the same programming language, right? But it's used in other things. So where your Android developers, and even just basic web back-end development, you can use Java as well. Now, I'm not good with history, but Java has a huge influence on JavaScript, which is why JavaScript was created, because of Java. And in a later video, I can go into in more depth as far as the history between Java and then how JavaScript came into play. But today I just wanted to make this video real short to give a recap of my third week of my coding boot camp, and then also talk about my top 3 programming languages that I enjoy. In future videos, once my boot camp is over, I'll have a little bit more free time to really get on the computer and start plugging out some code and showing you guys some things. But for right now, I just try to make these videos as short as possible so I don't bore you guys, and just to give you a quick update about what's going on with me and what I'm doing. Once again, it's a pleasure. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please make sure before you leave, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so when I make new videos, you guys are always notified and up to date. And my motto, you'll see it in my banner: just keep coding. For those who are new and you say it's frustrating, just keep coding. For you old heads out there that's stepping into a different lane, different programming language, and you already got it. But hey, I'm gonna tell you guys for motivation, just keep coding, man. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.